Hands to yourself. The trains in North America are proud of being really useful and healthy and strong. The Northeast Corridor goes from Boston to Washington, D.C., which not only Amtrak trains fly down, but also freight trains pass through of where they need to go. And that's why they're really useful. One fine afternoon, Leo was taking some Amtrak sleeper cars and mail cars to Vickerstown for a special train. She was excited. The train was really long, but Leo carried on. Leo was steaming into the yard, and she did not want to be shy. "That's Leo over there," Gordon said. "It is," puffed James. "She looks better than a red engine." "I am," Leo said. "I look healthy and strong." She was really proud. Then Sir Topham Hatt came to the yard. "The express is going to Vickerstown today, Gordon," Sir Topham Hatt said, "so I want you to be on your best behavior for the new luxury coaches." Sir Topham Hatt was proud. And with that, Leo puffed out of the yard on her way to Vickerstown. The train was really long, but Leo carried on with all her weight and the passenger cars and baggage cars behind. It was a really long Amtrak train with the Viewliner and Superliner coaches. The transition sleeper was attached to the Viewliner cars because it has a lower corridor. But just because the Amtrak is really long doesn't mean it won't come off the line. Meanwhile, Percy was bringing Claudia's train into Knapford. He was exhausted. "Claudia's going to Dreamland today," Percy said. "That's an important place," Gordon said. "Because I'm going to Newton, Massachusetts," said the engine Edme. "Newton, Massachusetts?" Percy said. "Is that south of Boston?" "Newton, Massachusetts is west of Boston," corrected Gordon. "It is west of Boston," corrected Edme. "Because I'm going to try to be on time with my passenger cars until I get to Worcester to pass the 449, because it's going to merge really fast." "It's way too short for a train," Gordon said. "West Station is being built later today, so I can't be late." He was cross. And with that, Percy steamed off to collect the mail train. "I must collect the mail train today," puffed Percy. Gordon's passengers were soon on board, and he steamed out of the yard. The passenger cars had all the passengers on board to be delivered to their destination of where they needed to go. "Express coming through," Gordon said. "I have 16 station stops today." His first stop was at St. Nicholas, so he departed the station on his way to Vickerstown. Choo-choo, Gordon said. Passenger train coming through. And he steamed through the mountains into the Vickerstown Tunnel. But he was on time and punctual. I can't be late, Gordon said, because I have to be at Vickerstown by supper time. The grade crossing gates were down as Gordon passed over them. But then there was trouble. Leo was hauling 102 cars of toxic waste, and it was really, really long. And the train carried on down the tracks, and Leo came to a stop at the signal to wait for Gordon to pass by. I'm sure the points are in the right position, said Leo. We have to make sure we're locked up. I don't think we are unlocked, said our driver. We're in the wrong position. But then Leo was surprised. Gordon was coming straight towards her. Oh no! She cried. Gordon was terrified. Stop! Change the points! He cried. Leo's driver jumped clear, and Gordon applied his emergency brakes. And then it was too late! Oh no! Cried the passengers as Gordon came off the line and into a field. And then it exploded! When Mr. Cakester arrived on Becky's train, he was surprised. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Gordon had flipped onto his side and was feeling sore. That sounds like a terrifying accident, said Mr. Cakester. I don't know what to say, Leo said. I'll get the passengers to Vickerstown in no time, said Becky. Before long, the passengers were all on board Becky's train, and she steamed off towards Vickerstown. The other engines will be proud of me, Becky said. The next day, the line was reopened and the wreck was cleaned up, and the trains were doing fine jobs on the main line by pulling long trains and short trains of where they need to go. The auto train is a special train that starts in Lorton, Virginia and ends in Sanford, Florida. And it's usually with Superliner cars, but not Amfleet and Viewliner cars. But that could happen someday, but no one knows. But meanwhile, Sir Topham Hatt was at Knapford Station. He was talking to Thomas and Percy. I hope Gordon comes back this year, puffed Thomas. I hope he does too, said Percy. Sir Topham Hatt had a message. When you leave Knapford, Sir Topham Hatt said, I'd like you to let all the engines know that Gordon will not be back on my railway for the rest of the year, but we'll see him during Christmas. Love, Gordon. The message was clear. And the next day, the trains were busy working hard by pulling passengers and freight of where they need to go. That's important. James was hauling some freight cars and Rebecca was pulling the express. The trains were being really useful on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. Although freight trains can be big with multiple freight cars, they can haul 100 or more. But even though Gordon's not back on the railway this year, the engines were being really useful to make up for Gordon's crash. But I hope you like this video, and there's a new character coming out. Thank you.